You've thought about moving abroad for months, maybe even years. You know, the country, maybe even the neighborhood that you're moving to, but there's one thing that keeps stopping you, and it's fear. Fear of making the wrong choice, losing what you've built, or maybe even just running out of money. If that's you, stay here. I'll walk you through the 3 most common reasons why fear keeps you stuck in the indecision of relocating and how you can move through each one calmly. I'm Hannah. This is the gorgeous Phoenix. I'm a coach that helps people navigate the big emotions that come up with relocating, especially if you're torn between comfort and change. And after 15 years of personal experience moving across 4 continents, I've discovered that fear doesn't vanish. Sorry, but you can learn to move forwards with it. Here I help you find clarity without the pressure so that you can move forwards, not just move house. And over the next few minutes, you'll hear the 3 most common fears that block people from moving abroad, why they're normal, and simple ways to loosen their hold that you can implement already this week. Let's get straight in there with fear 1. What if I regret it? This is what that can sound like. What if I uproot everything and I just hate it? What if I can't come back? What if I'm throwing away something that's good? What's going on underneath here is regret fear. And regret fear is usually perfectionism in disguise. And you're trying to make a decision with 0 risk, and sorry, but it just doesn't exist. You don't need to be certain, you need to be curious. So how can we move through this? Firstly, we want to reframe. So reframe the words and the language that we're using. This isn't a forever decision, could be a good start. It's a next chapter decision. You're not signing a lifetime contract here, you're exploring new experiences. And most moves can be adjusted. You learn what works for you. The goal isn't perfection on that first try. It's taking a step that feels aligned with who you are right now. So I actually lived in Melbourne twice with my husband. We moved back because, well, we loved it. But by the time that we returned, we had evolved. We wanted something different, further away from the city, closer to green spaces. For this one, I had changed in the time that we'd moved away, and the more that I reflected on that, that was growth. So what can we do here? How about try a 6-month lens? Ask yourself, what would I learn even if it doesn't work out? Focus on the growth insights that you'd gain, not just the outcome. Every experience teaches you something valuable about yourself and what you truly need. So at this point, let's acknowledge what you're letting go of and what new possibilities that create space for. Moving forward doesn't erase your past, it builds on it. So at this point, I'd love for you to comment what's one thing that you think that you would gain, even if your move didn't go perfectly. Fear number 2, what if I lose myself? So this is what that can also sound like. What if I don't belong anywhere? What if my kids or my partner struggle? What if I lose my sense of self or my sense of home? So let me tell you what's going on underneath here. This fear is about identity and connection. And when we leave our familiar systems, our friends, our work, language, it shapes who we think we are. And I'm here to tell you that's just completely normal. It's an identity shift. So how are we able to move through this? First off, expect an identity wobble and don't see it as a crisis. Next, keep one anchor from your home. Maybe that's a weekly call, a hobby, or a ritual. I remember in my first few years living in Vietnam, I still drank my afternoon brew of Yorkshire tea every day. Next, I suggest that you start building community early. Maybe it's just one message to one person that you feel that you can reach out to. If any of this feels familiar to you right now, I'd love to stay connected and send out my monthly newsletter to you with more insights. You'll find the link in the description box below. We're on to fear number 3. What if I fail? Other ways that this can sound are, what if I can't find work? What if I burn through all my savings? What if I come back broke and embarrassed? This is fear of uncertainty, not numbers. It's about losing control and not trusting yourself to actually adapt. And your brain wants guarantees before you move, but life doesn't work this way. The truth is, You've already navigated uncertainty before in life, probably. Like starting a new job, maybe it's in an unfamiliar industry, navigating a major life transition, perhaps after a loss, or learning a completely new skill from scratch. This is actually no different. Resourcefulness, it doesn't disappear with a move. It actually travels with you. And the skill that you already got through life, like problem solving, adapting, connecting with people, they don't vanish when you cross a border. If anything, they actually strengthen. So, how are we going to move through this? Get real with the numbers, not guess. Check the cost of living in your target location and build a 3-month financial buffer. Having a concrete plan of data helps your nervous system actually calm down. And it turns what if I run out of money into here's what I actually need. All right, next, identify your transferable skills. They're your safety net. Make a list of what you're good at, not just your job title, but the underlying abilities that you have, like communication, organization, technical skills. Maybe it's relationship building skills that you have. These are going to travel with you, and they can open doors that you haven't even imagined yet. Next, ask, what's the smallest version of this move that I can test first? Maybe you're able to go and stay in that new place. Maybe you can do a work assignment there or a scouting trip. Testing reduces the risk and builds your confidence. Comment below, ready, if you've already started saving and planning a small test move. I'd love to celebrate that with you. We're all navigating these decisions together, and just sharing your progress helps others feel less alone in theirs. Everyone feels fear before a big move. It doesn't mean stop though. It actually means your brain is trying to protect you. Once you can name each fear, it can lose its power. You can thank it, plan around it, and keep going. You don't need to wait until fear disappears. You just need to build enough trust in yourself to take the next step. If this helped, the next video will guide you through how to make a confident decision about moving abroad. Even if you're torn, go ahead and click into part 3 now. And remember, for those monthly calm emails that keep you steady through big life changes, join the link in the description box below. And if you already know that you want support, you'll find the details for my coaching programs there too. See you in the next video.